Overworked. It was a warm summer evening on the island, and Thomas the tank engine had just returned from a busy day. He was exhausted and in need of a good rest. "I'm overworked," he said. The other engines laughed. "Pah!" Henry put in. "You don't know what overworked is. I have to pull goods trains every day and then pull the flying kipper every evening. All you do is shunt trucks and pull your two tiny coaches. If anyone deserves a rest, it's me, Thomas." Thomas was cross, but before he could reply, Gordon interrupted. "Nonsense, Henry. If anyone deserves a rest, it should be me. I pull the most important trains of the day, which make me the most important engine. You don't even come close." Now Henry was cross. "You have it easy, Gordon," he said. "I'd love to do your jobs for just one day. It would be like a holiday for me. I'd like to see you try living a day in my smoke box." "Have you lost your funnel, Henry?" Gordon replied. "I am an express engine. I should not be pulling dirty trucks." "What's wrong, Gordon?" Thomas replied cheekily. "Are you too worried that Henry's trains will be too much for you to handle?" "Ugh, not at all. If Henry really wants to switch jobs, then we shall." The drivers spoke to one another, and they agreed the switch was a good idea. Henry's driver woke him up the next morning. "Come on, Henry," said his driver. "Looks like we have a relaxing day ahead of us." Henry was excited. It had been a long time since he had pulled the express. "Good luck today, Henry," Gordon said. "Now you'll know what hard work is." Henry said nothing. He soon knew that Gordon's opinion would change. Henry was excited when he backed down to the coaches. He was looking forward to a nice long run. "If we do well today, Henry," his driver called from his cab, "the Fat Controller may let us pull the express again." "I'll try my best," replied Henry. And before he could think of anything else, the guard blew his whistle, and soon the big green engine rolled out of the station. Henry soared down the main line, as fast as his wheels could carry him. The coaches were rather pleased to have Henry as their engine. They soon arrived at Elsbridge, where Thomas was already waiting for them. "Hello, Henry," he said. "How's the express treating you?" "Wonderful, thank you, Thomas," Henry replied. "Any idea on how Gordon's doing?" "I'm afraid not. I've not seen him since this morning." And once again, the guard blew his whistle, and Henry was off. The day ended wonderfully for Henry. He managed to arrive at Vickerstown early, and was glad to be able to return to the sheds. When he arrived, there was no sign of Gordon, but Henry wasn't worried. He shut his eyes and went to sleep. That night, Henry was awoken by his driver. "Come on, Henry," he said. "Gordon's gone and got stuck on his hill with the kipper. He needs a good push. Let's show him what hard-working engines do." "Of course," replied Henry. When Henry got to the hill, he found the flying kipper and a very angry Gordon. "You took your time," Gordon exclaimed. But Henry said nothing. He got prepared to push the train and blew his whistle. "I'm ready. Pull hard, Gordon," he said. Henry pushed and Gordon pulled. It wasn't easy being stuck on the hill, and Henry was exhausted, but he was determined not to give up. I can do it," Henry said to himself. At last, the train began to move, and slowly but surely, the kipper reached the top, with Gordon soon out of view. Then, Henry returned to the sheds. He woke up the next morning to find Gordon had just returned. He looked exhausted and very cross. All night that took me," he exclaimed. "I've had no rest." "Not so easy after all, is it, Gordon?" Henry replied. Gordon remained silent. He rolled back into his berth silently. "Oh well, Gordon," Henry replied. "Looks like you've learnt that we are both equally as important." But Gordon said nothing. I think he knows what hard work is now. Don't you?